everybody. My name is Maud. I'm the interviewer for Black Metal Artists Promotion Agency. And we're having today Chaos from Asgrauw, a band hailing from the Netherlands. And I discovered their music like 4 years ago through the Descult label, which is now Desprayer. And it was a big revelation for me. I really hooked up on their music right away, and I really enjoyed the punk and black metal influences, and it spoke to me right away. So having Chaos with me today is like an honor, because it's like been a long time fan, so it's great. So let's start.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me. Okay, so you joined the band right away, at the beginning.
Yes, I joined in 2010. Val, the guitarist and vocalist, asked me to start a new black metal band.
Okay.
It was a starting point.
And so the name Asgrauw translates to ash gray, although this concept influenced your music and overall artistic vision, particularly regarding the themes of apocalypse that you explore.
But the name Asgrauw is, yes, it's translated as ash gray, but it's one of the three things you can the translation maybe stays the same, but in the Netherlands it is the color ash gray, but it's also like a feeling, like when you are in it's an eerie feeling. If you are in a group of people and there's a Asgrauw, it's not really a nice thing, and it's a moon phase. It's like the moon has the smallest line of light.
Okay. Oh, it's something. Thank you. I'm glad we're having this interview.
but we reference to the moon phase. It's like also in the logo. It's like
yes, it is
the shape of the moon.
Indeed, absolutely. And since your debut album, Shingestalten, you've shifted towards a more atmospheric sound, reminiscent of the 90s Scandinavian black metal bands. What prompted this evolution in your musical style, and how do you feel it reflects your growth as artists?
I think the main thing was before Schenkgestalte we had another drummer, and Butter, who's our drummer now, yes, he played everything on Schenkgestalte, but maybe there was some little bit more influence from the drummer before him. Okay. And I think after Schenkgestalte we focused on a less raw sound, and from that point we were focusing always on getting more technical or more aggressive, but aggressive in a not in a raw way, but in a more I don't know how to explain, but it was more aggressive but technical at the same time.
Okay. About your cultural influence, like Groesbeek, if I misspell it, please tell me. Performed in a local dialect, received a positive response from the press. How does the use of your native language affect your connection with your audience and the authenticity of your message?
Yes, the Asgrauw always sings in Dutch since Schenkgestalte on the demo before. There's with 3 songs it was also English songs, and I think on Schenkgestalte there are also 1 or 2 English songs, but now we're completely Dutch. Yes, for us, it's better because we can put our feeling better or describe our feelings better in our own language. Like in our own language, we have so much more words how we can use.
Okay.
That's the reason why we use Dutch. Also because the Dutch language has a lot of tones that are sounding growling, nasty, and works perfect in black metal.
It goes very well with the music.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
And yes, how it makes us connect with our audience. I think for the live shows, we don't play much live, but for the live shows, we play mainly in the Netherlands or Belgium, and we have the same language. So maybe that works, but I don't think we really have that message that needs to be heard. Like we don't have a political message, or for us the vocals are an extra instrument. That there is a story behind it, but it's not the story is not the main reason. The music is the main reason.
Okay. And can you discuss the songwriting process with the band? How do you collaborate as musicians, and what role do each of you play in shaping a track from conception to completion? Sorry.
We have like we are three, and we all have our own role. Like Paul is the guitarist, guitar player, and he writes the first like the blueprints of the songs. He writes the riffs and takes them to our rehearsal. We rehearsal every week once. From that point, we create each song together. Like he brings the riffs and like, okay, we play riff 1, we play it 2 times, and then we go to riff 2 and play it 4 times, and then we go back to riff 1 or something like that. I create my bass riffs on his guitar riffs, and the drummer creates his drum patterns on what he thinks is best, and then we can shape the song to when we all three like it. In the past, Val and I created the lyrics together for our latest album. I did it on my own. Yeah. And for when the song is ready, Butter is like more into mixing, and now he's also trying mastering, but he's more into the technical parts of recording. So he's taking control of that. Yes, and I'm more the manager. I don't know if that's the right title, but I have contacts with all the labels and reviewers, and that's my part.
And how does it work? Your contact with your label. So you're on Death Prayer now. So
this album is not on Death Prayer. This album is
oh
on
yeah, the last one, yeah. So how do you work with your label?
With the labels Asgrauw is on. Yes, we seek contact when our new album is like almost finished. Like we're in the mixing mastering process, and we have everything recorded, and we are like, okay, this is we can show this to someone, and he knows what it's going to be. Like maybe the sound will change a little bit in the mastering, but he knows what the new album is about. We send it to some befriended labels, and look like who wants to release it and who has place in a time we also like, because some labels are really booked of full. I don't know how to say it, but like they have a planning that goes far.
Of course. And Who are or what are your biggest influences outside of music that have shaped your perspective and inspired the lyrical themes of your albums?
Like, yeah, what are for me as writing the lyrics and getting the themes. Yes, we mainly we have apocalyptic themes, or
Mm-mm.
yes, we also work with no, we always work with a concept. Like the Facade album was about like death, or maybe not death. It's more about the human will to escape from death. And in the the time when I'm gonna look for information for writing the album, I'm I'm digging into YouTube documental and books like how can I get as much information about this theme. And for me it's more like a study project, maybe also from school in the past, like making those big study reports. Like I make a very big file with a lot of information, and you have like chapters like what can be worked out as songs.
Mm-mm.
I make chapters about in the Facade album. I make chapters about voodoo, like well, um, how does it go when you freeze yourself to preserve your body, because to to be woken up after hundreds of
Oh,
years, and
okay. Yes.
those kinds,
Cryogenics and
yeah, those kinds of things. I'm digging to for the information how it works, so I can write a song about it. So
okay. And you brought it up. Absolutely, you have strong apocalyptic themes. So, in light of your focus on those themes, how do you see the current state of the world influencing your music? Are there specific events or societal changes that have impacted your recent work?
um, yeah, it's it's a little bit strange because the Asgrauw album was released in January 2020. It was recorded in 2018, 2019. So it was before COVID. But
Yes,
one of
right.
the themes on that album was like, what if the virus is coming, a virus is coming that takes control over the world? And there were more themes on that album from environmental danger, like uh, the forest, the burning forests, the rising water. All those themes are on that album because in our thought it was like starting point is the melting ice, and from that on you get rising water, but also in those melting ice then maybe it's like very ancient bacteria that will cause a virus to, but in reality it was COVID.
Yes,
So yeah,
you were right on time with that.
yes, maybe. Um, Maybe we were right on time with it, but I don't hope we have that power because the ending of our upcoming album is like how humanity will destroy itself by nuclear power. Like because our upcoming album is from the Anunnaki theory. You know the Anunnaki?
Yes.
Yes. So if they came here because they destroyed their own planet with nuclear bombs and they created us and we have a little bit of their DNA, that's why we always want to control things, destroy things, destroy others. Mm, maybe the end will be the same for us. So we destroy our own planet with nuclear bombs.
Yeah. I
But
hope
that's,
so,
I don't know.
but still, like the menace exists since we invented those bombs. So yeah, that's for sure. There can be happenings at some point, which is dreadful, but still, the menace is very there. The reception of Schwal and Facade, your albums, Schwal and Facade, received strong reviews. What do you think contributed to the positive reception, and how do you evaluate your own work compared to that of your earlier releases?
You mean the Facade and Asgrauw?
Yes.
Yes. I think after Groesbeek, because Asgrauw after Groesbeek, we put more focus in the recording process, and we also seeked other labels because we had a feeling we were still in the same circle. Whatever we released, the same people were liking it. We get a lot of likes and people have positive reactions, but it was always the same circle. So we thought, we need to get out of this circle. So that's why I was looking for other labels, because they have other other group of listeners to reach them. So that's maybe the biggest difference between those albums and those before, because they were promoted differently. And of course, we always strive for a better album. So every album needs to be better, or at least at the same level. We don't want to go back in our songwriting. Maybe
Okay.
back is not the right word, but we always want to
You pass your limits, and you always try to get better and to evolve in the right direction. So I think that's very positive. You use your experiences, and you can bring more and more interesting material. So that's wonderful. And so with your upcoming album, Oorsprong, what can fans expect in terms of sound and thematic explorations? Are there any new elements or experiments you are excited to share?
The sound of the album will be, I think, even more clear than the previous album, and not clear as in softer, but yes, you will hear every instrument more than albums before. What's different in this album is we use normally, or before, I did field recordings for like intros or intermezzos in songs, like but they were always a little like maybe you hear them, maybe not, it's on the background. And this album we have a lot of intros, outros. Yes, they were made for this album by my brother. He made samples for this album.
Okay. And black metal often intersects with various other genres and subcultures. How do you view Asgrauw's place within the broader metal community, and do you see yourself as part of any specific movements or scenes?
Like, because we're Dutch, we are somewhere part of a Dutch black metal scene. The Netherlands is not a big country, so if you are like for a couple of years in this scene, you know most of the people in the scene.
Okay.
But the scene feels like you have a lot of islands. Like you have a lot of small groups, and most of the time those groups exist not even 10 people, but they have like 8 bands.
Oh,
Like there's
indeed.
a lot of crossbreeding between band members. And yes, we have the same thing. We have a thing called Swattekring. It's a collective that Butter and I started from within Asgrauw. We had like we have some friends who make also black metal or music that's very close to black metal, and we can learn a lot from each other. We made a group. We help each other with new techniques on mixing and mastering, and yes, helping promoting each other. That's the thing we do.
Oh, that's excellent. So you like you encourage all of those bands, and you collaborate at some point.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would like to ask you about the cover designs.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It comes from the same artist that always, right?
Um,
Who
in,
does
in
the
the
cover?
beginning, it was all from Jeroen Putman. He was painting those artworks for us. He did it as a friend from the band. A fan is okay. Yes, he did it in the past, but I think the Facade album has a different artwork because he made another artwork, and at that point, that prayer convinced us that the art needs to be darker because the art he made had too much color. His art is now the inlay of the Facade album.
Yes, there's a difference between. I mean, the artworks are very atmospheric landscapes,
Yes.
and your sound is more raw. So there's like this difference between
Yes.
those two.
The new artwork for the upcoming album is also made by someone else. It's
Oh,
made by
okay.
a Belgium artist, Ronald, based in also a lot of good Belgian black metal bands.
Excellent. Can't wait to see that new cover as well.
I can send it to you.
Thank you. Looking back at your journey since forming in 2010, what do you hope your legacy will be within the black metal genre? And how would you like to be remembered by fans and future musicians?
Uh, that's I never really thought about that, but for me personally, I hope they will remember the music. That's the main part of why we started it. We don't have a specific how do you say a specific message that's gonna change society or something like that. So no, they don't need to. That will not be our legacy.
Okay.
I hope our music will be our legacy, and maybe some of the live shows will be. However, we don't play much.
Okay. So, and for with the new album coming up, do you have any shows plans or festivals you'll be playing in?
We have 3 shows for this year. We have some. It's a album release show. It's not an album presentation because we're not gonna play it the full album. We just play some songs from the album, but also songs from other albums. We have the day after the release. The release is 30, 30, 31, October 31 is the release, and November the 1st we have a album release show.
That's exciting. It's
and
like
a week,
yeah.
and a week after that we play another show with some friends, like our friends. It's like organized from a Facebook group. It's a forum that is Dutch, I think, mainly. And yes, Butter and I were very active on that forum, and some more bands, and now we have a yearly festival.
Okay, that's very exciting. I wish I could go to one of your show.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm
a bit far.
Yeah, so. Would you like to play overseas?
I personally yes, but our drummer no. So Asgrauw is not going to play overseas.
Okay, so would you like to add something? Do you have anything you would like to say to your fans, or?
Yeah, just go stream our 3 singles and our full album at the end of this month. We just released 3 singles and 1 music video for them for it. Pre-order one of the last vinyls because we're down to 14 pieces, and
wow,
there's also tape and CD.
Excellent. I can't wait for all that. That's wonderful. Thank you for today.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you for your honest answers and for your availability with me today. And can't wait for that new album. Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Bye.